Hey y'all, welcome to Unplugged. I have the soulful, conscious artist, Miranda Shines.
Hi. In a world where we live on a planet united, we stand as a nation divided and we remain undecided despite all that the Almighty provided for us. Burning buildings, making riots and creating a fuss. We got to trust that we're making a change and more than current exchange. Rearranging the range to hit the bullseye right on the dot. We got the target on the hot spot. Move out of your head and move into your heart. Get your mind steady, aim with the dart. Get out of bed and get a jump start. We gotta put everyone to the test and protest discrimination at its best. We oppress, this time we're flying at the bird's nest. I can't breathe, dehumanized. I cannot breathe, dehumanized, dehumanized, dehumanized.
My name is Miranda Shines. I'm a conscious hip-hop rap artist. I'm based here in Miami, and what I do is I deliver messages of truth and light to other people. I talk about my trials and tribulations and experience, and I try to relate them to others, and I tend to do so, and people encourage me to continue on. So what I've been doing now is I've been taking on projects and releasing music videos, because we are visual human beings, and I release each song with a music video to complement the conscious message that we need today. So I think it's very important that we listen to that.
She's also running for governor because I could not have written that better myself. I didn't write that for her, guys. Where are you from originally?
Well, I was born in Venezuela, and yes, and my mother is from Brazil.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
My father is a professional vegetarian chef for Hare Krishna temples around the world. So I grew up traveling, very nomadic lifestyle. You know, he would cook at a temple, and they provided our family a place to stay. I'm the oldest of 5, and I traveled growing up, but mostly Miami. I always end up like here most of the time, because I think it's the weather. My dad can't blast in the cold weather.
You can't get away from Miami, y'all. You know, shout out to the 305. We're the best. You know how it is.
Yeah.
I mean, but how was that like? You know, just being the oldest in that situation. Like, what would you say?
Well, I always they look up to me, you know, and I always help my father and my mother taking care of the kids. I'm significantly older than the rest of them.
Oh.
So it's like second mom, but at the same time, I was still one of them, you know, because growing up, like, we were all in it together.
Okay. So, what would you say, like, is your music drawn from your life experiences, like from your being raised, like, back then, or where do you pull it from?
Very much so. I grew up expressing myself through poetry and writing. So poetry was my source back in the day, and then as I discovered my rap talent in high school, when a beat came on, Exhibit Foundation, and that was my first rap song that I ever wrote, and it inspired me, you know, if I could deliver my poetry in cadence.
Okay.
You know, I discovered that I could do that, and I showed it to a couple people, and they told me to keep going, you know, because it's a skill, I guess. And I was like, okay, maybe I should. But I didn't know what rap was. I listened to rock music, you know. Though my biggest inspiration was actually Linkin Park, because he combined rap and rock together, you know. Eminem, when I listened to him, I was like, wow, he's really dropping it hard, you know.
Yeah.
Hardcore. So I get compared to them, and we echo our heroes, and that's especially me in the beginning.
But you would say Eminem and Linkin Park, those are your biggest draws that you pulled from? Right?
Yes, very much so. I mean, like, also, you know, Rage Against the Machine, just like the rock part.
Just that
but,
rock aura, just you pulled all that.
I mean, I was a teenager, so it's like I went to Warped Tour a lot with my friends. And, you know, I grew up very spiritually in the community as well. So I guess that's when I started to incorporate the consciousness. You know, I didn't like how people were being so vulgar in the rap world. You know, I didn't know about the hip hop movement.
Yeah.
And then like until this past year, I spoke with this person. His name is Sen One. He's pretty well known in the graffiti world, but he grew up in this whole like the politics of the hip hop movement, and he like educated me about why people dress the way they do, and when they started rapping, you know, it's like the division in New York between the Bronx and like how people like had to represent themselves. It was a way of living, you know, and it was a form of art that grew in New York. So I was like very fascinated by that.
Okay. So what would you say like your first performance? When was that?
That was in Miami Springs Senior High School at a talent show.
Talent show?
Yeah, it was super fun. After that, you know, my first love is acting.
Okay.
I'm a drama, you know. I love being in, you know, plays, theater. So when I was on stage performing that, it was a whole different experience for me, a whole different light. And I said, I could do this again.
Okay, so you're trying to be like, do you want to be like a dual threat? Like, you know, one of those artists
like Ice Cube?
Yeah, or like a Common, something like that.
Or Mark Wahlberg.
Or Wahlberg.
I'm telling you, like, when I go through the whole rap industry, I definitely want to be in a couple movies.
Okay.
For sure.
What type of genre, though?
Like a Tomb Raider type chick.
Oh, Tomb Raider, little Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Okay. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
So.
Civil duty representing the prevention of crime and detection of the city grime. A system built and designed from the beginning to support the white supremacy time. Are they maintaining public order? No, they're causing disorder, separating our family as we step over the border. The system isn't broken, it was built this way. The human race has had enough and now we stand in the way. Protect our rights and humanize our future. We paid the price and recognize the abuser. To kill a mockingbird now has jeopardized your viewers.
So I noticed that you were basically saying that, I remember you was talking about your music, and one big thing that I always wanted to ask artists were, what is a dream producer or a dream artist that you would want to collab with?
My dream artist. So I did mention Mike Shinoda, just because, you know, I grew up listening to Linkin Park, and they were one of my main influences. So he would be the first one. And, you know, anyone that comes along the way. I mean, Gorillaz also is really awesome.
Okay.
Just because, you know, they have a stand in conscious hip hop as well. You know, Deltron 3000, you know, like when they came up in the 90s, they took them in. And I get very inspired by that. But I think when the time is right, you know, I'll be able to collaborate with the right person after those. It'll be coming, you know. I'll get the opportunities and I take them as I go.
All right. And what would you say is a spot that you go at and you frequent, like locally, and you know meet other artists? Is there anybody that you like would want to collab with on the local scene yet, or?
I like to go on Cypher Radio and on Twitch. You know, every Tuesdays and Thursdays. H2O wins. You know, that's really cool. And you know, locally, I I did mention, Dash's Clay, but, really, this is why I go perform locally at the spots, open mics and stuff, so that I can start to meet the other artists. Really, I've only been doing this for 10 months here in Miami. I'm very new. I'm very, doing this as I go, and things are moving really fast for me because I seem to be doing the right things. I'm listening to the people. They're giving me advice, and I'm following their suggestions, and I'm starting to get a following. So it's the more responsibility, I'm managing that. It's awesome. So I'm meeting more people, and I'm looking forward to learning more about the local artists and open to collab with them for sure.
That's dope. Well, what type of how do you come up with your raps and stuff or what is your writing technique? Because I know a lot of artists have different writing techniques or how they write their music. Is there a special one for you, or is it just regular pen and paper or phone?
Right. So I think the way that I do it is I like to study different types of tempos. The tempo that I'm comfortable with is 94, 95. I listen to a lot of old school hip hop, and what I do is I create a playlist on YouTube, and I collect all my favorite instrumentals. I have YouTube Premium, so you can just collect, get YouTube Premium. It's awesome.
Get it.
So I'm just listening to it on a loop. I have maybe 115 songs, and they're all instrumentals. J Dilla, KRS-One, Souls of Mischief. It's all the cool people that came up with the awesome music, right? So then I just come up with my own cadence, and I start delivering it different ways. And like I said, I'm a poet, so I would just write and I would rhyme. And I'm really much getting into freestyling now. That's a whole new thing for me, but I want to get better. I'm practicing. So if you want to cipher, let's do it.
So in the car, we're doing that right now. All right. So when we have an actual cipher, I may be on it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I got little bars, but we'll have Miranda Shines here with us too.
Put me on the spot. I need to grow.
Oh man, that's dope. Well, I guess one major question I feel do you feel there's still a venue or a big draw for conscious rap right now?
It's funny that you say that because I had a conversation with my friend at the studio, and he's also my audio engineer, and we were talking about where is the music going in 5 years, right? And 2020, all these crazy things are happening. Who would have known we've been quarantined? COVID-19, these racial inequality, it's all resurfacing from years ago, and it's coming back, and after hitting us hard from being quarantined and all that, and the world 5G towers, so many things are happening, right? And then it just really makes you think, do people really want, what kind of music are people wanting to listen to? They want to listen to motivating things that are inspiring, uplifting, things that are going to make you feel positive and want to look forward and move forward. People are stuck, sometimes. And we just want to push them, so that they can grow and kind of keep going because things can look dim,
So you want to be basically that hand that's out while they're on the ground, basically, to get them up.
Embrace them and tell them, hey, what's going on now is really crazy, but we got to embrace, accept, and adapt and grow and move forward.
Okay, that's dope.
Together,
everybody.
Yeah.
Together. So where can the people find you? Where's everything?
So I'm available on all social media platforms. YouTube, Miranda Shines, or on Instagram, Miranda_Shines. I appreciate all the support. I just recently got a camera crew, so I'm doing a lot of behind the scenes, especially for the music videos. A lot of people are getting involved in these legendary music video series, and it's all part of the community, So follow me there. That'll be great.
All right, guys, follow Miranda Shines, and she's also going to be teaching me some, fire?
Yes, I spin fire with a dragon staff, so it's a baton with 5 wicks on each side. So I'll teach you a couple of tricks. I learned it last year, and I decided I should keep going with it. It's so much fun to embrace an element and kind of like unite with it, you know, because a lot of people are afraid of fire, and if you learn how to just, like a Tai Chi movement. You'll see it soon.
So I'm about to be a Kung Fu master / medieval entertainer, guys. I'm your host, Brian G. It's been great. This is Unplugged at the Spot. And my guest, Miranda Shines, thank you so much for being with us. Is there any message you want to leave with the people?
Yes. No matter what's happening in the world right now, we all have each other.
All love, everybody.
All love.
So I'm here with Miranda Shines, and we're going to play with fire, guys. She's going to teach you what we're doing.
Yes, I'm just going to give you a 101. So basically, you're rolling it forward to start. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I got a big belly, so it's not matter.
You're going to roll it down your hands, and then you're going to bring it up and have it roll down your elbow and come back in full circle. Can you try?
Okay, roll it down my hands.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to roll down my hands.
Right, and then bring it up when it gets up here.
And then come back down.
Close.
Am I close? Am I got it? And then,
So keep rolling it down, and then when it gets here, you're going to move it so that it comes down your elbows.
oh, okay.
You get me?
I get where we're
Yeah.
going. Okay, so this is on some pop lock type stuff. And then we go right here.
So it's going to be up here, right? And then you're going to let it go down your elbows.
So up here.
So if I'm going like this,
Oh!
right? So down, up.
Okay, so just down, up. So I'm
Yeah.
pop locking.
Pop locking.
Okay, so I'm going to try this one more time. For
You
folks
got
at
this.
home with no flames. And then down, and then I'm coming up.
Close.
And I'm gonna...
It's like a one action.
Alright, I tried, guys. I tried. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a dancer. She's a great teacher. I'm not a dancer. So
We got this.
one more time for the people at home.
Strange